Today, let's talk about media. There's a couple of buzzwords, of course: broadcast media, traditional media, digital media, online media, social media. The common word being media. It's interesting to inspect what their relevance is to your activity as a doctor in private practice. And you'll see there is something really essential to take away from the exercise. Now, of course, media are great. They can really inform us and educate us and give us access to content that we would normally not have access to, because that's why they were created and why they were invented, and they evolved into this digital version of old concepts that we know, like the newspaper in town, the national newspaper, and they have just evolved into something completely new. And of course, the first biggest conclusion when we inspect traditional media is they can be numbing. There's some noise going on. So that's something to remember. We can fill up our space with media content as a consumer, and your future patients are, in the first place, human beings, consumers. So their brain is already filled with all the media content they digest. So that's something to be aware of. Then the second thing to be aware of, we're talking here about your online presence, and that falls under online media. Your own profile becomes media content the moment you choose to and decide to communicate online and to talk about your practice and to show your personality. So all of that is happening the moment you put out your profile, whether it's an amazing, strong profile or just a humble web page you did over the weekend. So online media is now part of media. So you're in that big soup of content competing for attention, something to be aware of. So you can't just go, well, there's media and then there's my website. These two items, they operate in the same universe. And by the way, online media has become a thing like power. We don't inspect that now. We're putting the plug in and we are using power. Centuries ago, there was no power coming out of the wall. So when that became something new, we started talking about it. It's the same with being online. We're all online all the time. So being aware of your online presence is an important skill to have as a doctor in private practice. So the big exercise with using media as a doctor, with using online media, is to be aware of all that and to know that it's a two-way conversation. It's not just you broadcasting. It's like narrowcasting. It's you putting out content for the people who might need it at some point, who are looking into healthcare treatment, medical assistance. They are Googling, and as they're Googling, that's their initiative, what they type into Google. What you put on your website is your choice. So it's a two-way conversation, and that's where it starts to be really, really interesting, because you can now make use of this new two-way definition of doing media. That's why digital practice is here, to help you do more than just have a medical website, to look at the whole picture, cut through the noise, make sure you're visible, and make sure your content actually cuts through the noise when consumers, patients are looking for information. That's how we can help you. So to apply this, to have a media mindset when you look at your online profile, the starting point is a free one-on-one conversation, strategy session that you can book, and then we'll talk about your practice, your business goals, and creative ways to use digital media to get you there.